Hello everybody and welcome back to Vanar Versus. My name is Scarzig and today's opponent is Abyssian. We're going to hop right in, and I don't need Arctic Displacer or Cryogenesis in this matchup at all really. Cryogenesis isn't good against Wraithlings or anything that Abyssian can really throw out. It'll come in handy against a Blood Moon Priestess possibly or something along those lines. But you may be surprised to see a Bright Moss Golem here. I put it in the deck because I'm running 3 Polarity in this deck, and the Bright Moss Golem is a 4/9 unit, so if I can get it to go off with Polarity, it's a huge burst of damage. But again, I don't need it this early in the game. I might be able to show off that combo for you, but who knows. I just open up with the Rock Pulverizer, very standard opening. My opponent plays the Flameblood Warlock. Okay, that's a very telling sign of Burn Abyssian. And a second Flameblood Warlock. Okay, so right here starting out, we're both at 19 HP, and hopefully I'll be able to out-tempo the burn. This is actually a really good play for me, because I can take out the Flameblood Warlock with the Rock Pulverizer and buff it with the Mark of Solitude, and this gives me a really strong board presence with the Snow Chaser. I am going to need to get some damage out on the board, though, if I do want to basically finish the Abyssian general before they finish me. Burn decks are always pretty 50-50 that way. Songhai was a big culprit for a while because they were a bit too consistent with their burn style of play, but Abyssian definitely has a more coin flippy sort of burn style in my opinion. Here comes the Demonic Lore to get that Rock Pulverizer out of the way, so that's going to be a problem. And I'm definitely going to want to start fishing for healing cards. I'm going to need to pull out some Healing Mystics and Emerald Rejuvenators, which I am running in this deck, luckily. And down comes the Void Pulse, so despite him killing that Snow Chaser, he is able to swing the health back into his favor. And I can pressure these mana tiles, though, luckily. He moved the Flameblood Warlock away into a more defensive spot behind his general. He's basically conceding these mana tiles to me. And I was thinking about playing the second Fenrir Warmaster there, but I actually go with the Snow Chaser instead. Since it's basically a free unit, for it being on his side of the field, I'm sort of controlling the center, which is the usual Vanar strategy, of course. And I think my opponent is going to take this mana tile. Yep, there we go. Down comes the Healing Mystic. Okay, yeah, so the HP gap is starting to get pretty big here. Not something that I want to happen for sure. I do have a Razorback in my hand, so coming up here next turn, I'll be able to drop some pretty good bursts on him. But I'm going to start discarding again for Emerald Rejuvenators and more Razorbacks. I'm going to need damage. Hopefully I can get an Arctic Displacer put down in a good spot. He doesn't seem to be running any creatures, really. Dark Seed. That's basically a hard counter to me with the Snow Chasers. So with my full action bar, I'm taking lots of damage from Dark Seed. So right now he's played 2 Flameblood Warlocks, a Void Pulse, and a Dark Seed. If he has another Flameblood or Dark Seed or any combination of these leftover direct damage cards, that's going to be enough to take out my remaining HP pool. So I do want to step it up here. I play the Razorback after summoning the Snow Chaser so it can get buffed as well, of course. And so I have 5, 9, 10, 11. I have lethal on the board, actually. So if he is backed into a corner here, Abyssian doesn't really have a lot of board clear. They just have usually run Demonic Lures or Repulsor Beasts or something like that to sort of delay threats. I haven't seen anything big like Dark Transformation or anything of that nature, which is usually their main hard removal. So there comes the Demonic Lure. That's 2 of them now. And oh, another Dark Seed. That is all of his mana for the turn. And as you can see, he's running low on cards, so I think I might be able to close this out. I'm at 5 HP currently. I'll get one turn to get my damage on, and then the next turn I'll be able to finish him. Oh wow. So he's going to go ahead and I see. He took that damage so that he could get the Snow Chaser out of my hand. I wish I had some sort of spell for the Rock Pulverizer. But I'm just going to run away. It's not going to matter too much if he's casting burn spells, but this just keeps me away from Night Sorrow Assassin or something like that. And I'm just going to get my damage out now. And like I said, his hand is running very low. If he doesn't have the cards to finish me off, then I win. And if he pulls another Dark Seed, then he'll win, which is the whole thing with playing a Burn Abyssian deck. It's definitely a lot more, shall we say, fair in its inconsistency, which I don't mind too much. It is a bit disheartening to lose, sort of, to RNG, but that's all with invariance. This doesn't seem to be the sort of deck that you really climb the ladder with. Probably just a sort of playing around, sort of fun deck on his part. And so he does Style Suicide into the buffed, the double buffed, triple buffed, actually, Rock Pulverizer. So good game, sir. Welcome back, everyone. We've got a second match here in the double header with the Abyssian matchup. I always get really lucky here on the ladder when I'm playing Abyssian Generals. I normally run into them 2 or 3 times in a row, which you've probably seen from my other videos. So we get to hop right back in here, and we know exactly what we're expecting. And I luckily get the Azure Horn Shaman to open up turn 1. This is another card that I've been running in this deck. It's been doing a lot of really great work for me. And again, since I'm running 3 Polarity, what I'm able to do is trigger the GOAT unexpectedly. I can use Polarity to make it into a 4-1, trade with something, or hit the general's face, and then it buffs all the units around it. So hopefully I'll be able to show that off in this match. And so my opponent here plays the Wraithling Swarm, which seems to be a change from the Flameblood Warlocks, the burn style that he was playing last game. So I think I was correct in assuming that was just sort of a less serious, just sort of fun deck. This is a weak play on his part, even though he plays the Wraithling Storm to deny me those 2 mana tiles. He isn't able to follow up with another 2-drop, and that is like the optimal Abyssian turn 2 dream opening. A 2-drop, maybe like an Abyssal Crawler or something, or maybe even a Gloom Chaser. So you get another Wraithling, which is like the dream opening for a Weenie Rush, Soul Shatter Pact, Wraithling, spam, Abyssian. But I am able to make a really big, strong play here. I attack the Abyssian General with the Azure Horn Shaman, then I swap it out of the way with the Hearth-Sister, and I summon the Healing Mystic to heal my General from the Wraithling damage I took. And so now I have a 1-2 Azure Horn Shaman waiting, waiting to bomb. I can now use that to zone him. If he doesn't move his general properly, I can face it right into the Abyssian General and then buff my nearby units. I can also use it to take out a Wraithling, and it will survive another turn. So overall, Azure Horn Shaman is one of the cards that does help out in the Abyssian matchup. Because Wraithlings and things like that aren't really good targets for your Hailstone Prison and your other removals and things like that. And running Wraithlings is a great way to just take out Hearth-Sisters and Fenrir Warmasters. Units that want to trade with higher value, larger units are just getting taken out by waves of smaller units instead. And right here, he doesn't move his general, so I'm able to take advantage of this and make a strong play. I take out that Wraithling. The Rejuvenator keeps him back up to full. and then the Azure Horn Shaman buffs the Emerald Rejuvenator and the Hearth-Sister. So right here, I'm starting to back him into a corner. Again, he's not running that burn deck anymore, so it just becomes a somewhat standard Abyssian matchup for me, where you just want to be as aggressive as possible. Normally, they try to stall with Demonic Lures and Repulsor Beasts and things like that. Their hard removal is usually very, very expensive and sets them behind tempo-wise. Abyssian seems to be a more defensive faction, where they want to kite back, spam Wraithlings with, what are they called? Dark Moon Priestesses, I think is the one, and Shadow Watchers and things like that. They want to build up and scale. Abyssian late game is incredibly strong, in my opinion. And so down comes the Demonic Lure, like I was saying. He needs to find a way to get away from this Hearth-Sister, though. Moves right into my general. Is there a Silhouette Tracer? No. He attacks my general right in the face. So that's something that you never want to do when you're low on HP like that, because even though you're getting damage on my general, I'm hitting you right back, so it sets you even closer to death. The health difference still remains the same. You just get closer to losing. And down comes the Flameblood Warlock, again just making the Abyssian general closer to losing. And so in order to finish him off here, I'm going to switch the Emerald Rejuvenator back into place and use the Polarity on it to give it 7 attack, heal it back up with the Healing Mystic, and well played, sir. I want to go ahead and hit him with the emote here, and I'm too late, but good game, sir. This deck, I am going to put the deck list in the description. This is one that I've had a lot of success with this season. And if you like what you see, please leave a comment and subscribe. Have a good one.